Tucker, listen up. You're going to want to know about this. Some monster tours with some of the biggest names in rock are getting ready to hit the road this summer. Aerosmith and Cheap Trick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kick off their tour in June. That's a good combination there. They'll be playing Jiffy Lube Live in Bristow, Virginia on July 3rd. A special pre-sale to American Express card members starts tomorrow. Tickets go on sale to the general public on Saturday at 10 a.m. Kiss and Motley Crüe are hitting the road this summer together for what they're calling The Tour. The 40-date tour kicks off in Virginia at Jiffy Lube Live, and I recently spoke with Nikki Sixx from Motley Crüe to find out what we can expect. Nikki Sixx, we are thrilled to have you here. We are thrilled that the bands are going to be kicking off the tour right here at Jiffy Lube Live on July 20th. This is a monster tour. Who came up with the idea of getting these two groups together?
We talked about it, and nobody could, imagine these two headliners on one set. And it wasn't because of the egos. It was because of the monstrosity of our stage sets. And how are we going to do that? How are we going to put it on a stage, and then how are we going to take it city to city to city? And it really came down to the bands working together and all of our teams working together and getting this whole thing to be a team instead of two separate bands. And when Motley Crüe wants Kiss to put on the greatest show they're ever going to do, and Kiss wants the same thing for Motley Crüe, you have a win-win-win for the fans. And that's really that's how it started, and that's where it's at right now.
And let me ask you, because, you've been out there on the road for years and years and years. It's great to perform before the fans, I know. It is hard work, and this is not just you're not doing 10 dates. This is a mammoth tour that's going to go on and on and on for quite some time. Any concerns about wearing you down or anything like that?
I've been worn down for so long. I've become we're like soldiers, man. You can't take us out now. But you do it long enough, and you realize that you just get stronger and you get better. You're a better player, better singer, better performer, and you just go. It's like you're like a war machine, to be honest with you. The longer you've been around, the better you get. And if anything, there's anything that young musicians take away from this, it's like you can't look like a roadie and be in a band. You gotta be in a band. You gotta be a rock star. You gotta dress like a rock star. You gotta play music. That's important. You gotta put 100% into your lyrics, 100% into your songs, 100% into your show, your packaging, your marketing, and do it. It's time for new bands to step up, because Kiss and Motley Crüe, Aerosmith, Stones, we're not going to always be here. Like, who's going to replace us? There's no one out there. It's sad.
Let me ask you this, because you've been very honest about, the things that have gone on in your life. And when you think about the rock and roll lifestyle, Motley Crüe, Kiss, they're right at the top of the list. I would imagine when you tour today, it's got to be a very different thing from what it was back in the 80s or the 90s. I would imagine you can't do what you used to do before, off stage.
Well, I mean, you can. If you're talking about drugs and alcohol, you can do them. I don't suggest it. I survived it, and I'm clean and sober, and that's not part of my life. Is the snot still dripping off the bass strings, during the show? Absolutely. Is the snarl still there on the singer when he, leans into the opening line of Livewire? For sure. Is that edge still there? Maybe more so. Maybe more so. Maybe backstage isn't what it used to be, but that was actually taking away from what was happening on stage, believe it or not.
Do you guys, you mentioned egos earlier, and in any band, especially a band that's been together for a long time, things go on, you know each other, you're like brothers with each other, so you fight like brothers as well. Yeah. At this stage, everyone's getting along fine, and is it really about, look, let's just go out there and put on the best show that we possibly can?
Motley Crüe is like any other band, and we are like any family. We have our ups and we have our downs. We've been on a major up for a long time, and a lot of people make a lot out about our lifestyle and what we've done and the things that have been non-PG, and that's cool, but in the end it's really about the songs and the chemistry from the four band members.
There's I don't know if you've seen this headline yet from the Daily Telegraph. I believe they're saying it, just having a little fun. Rock bands Kiss and Motley Crüe to tour the U.S. have a combined age of 439 years. You know, what that says is you guys have been out there for a long time. You've been around. Are you proud of that fact?
It says we're vampires is what it says in my head.
Well, Nikki, we can't wait for you guys to get here. Motley Crüe and Kiss on July 20th at Jiffy Lube Live. We'll see you then, man. Thanks a lot.
We'll see you then. We're really excited.
He looks great.
He's apparently 53 years old. And
kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, and
right.
he wrote a book about his life, The Heroin Diaries,
right.
I believe it. You know, this guy's done everything there was to do and came out of it okay. He survived.
Sure.
He's sober now, but for all of that, he looks fantastic.
Maybe he is a vampire. Maybe he wasn't joking.
Maybe. Another reason to go see the show.
Coming up, fans across the U.S.
The Fox 5 Weather app. Look 10 days ahead or hour by hour. View today's video forecast and radar that can pinpoint your neighborhood free at your App Store or Android Market.